James Deane is now officially the 2017 Formula Drift champion. After one of the more dominant performances in recent years, Deane now puts his attention to winning the final event at Irwindale. But with all drivers checking caution at the door, fans can expect a full-out battle for that top spot as the likes of Aasbo, Bakchis, Gittin, and Deane's own teammate Peter Wiecek try to take out the new champion. Who's going to take the top spot here at the House of Drift? Only on Formula Drift. Hello Drift fans, and welcome back to Irwindale, California for the final round and continuation of the Formula Drift Blackmagic Pro Championship presented by Blackview Dash Cameras. I'm Jared Deane. Well, we've crowned a champion. James the Machine Deane comes back from Ireland after a 7-year hiatus and gets 4 wins. Guess what? He's going for a 5th. He's going for 3 in a row. Who's going to get the coveted title of being the last ever winner here at the House of Drift? We're about to find out here under the lights at this iconic track. Before we find out who gets the win, I throw it down to my co-host, Ryan Sage.
All right, well, thank you, Jared. Now, usually we save the podium shots for the end of the night, but tonight is no ordinary night. We're going to be inviting all the fans of Irwindale Speedway to commemorate the closing of Irwindale Speedway with us in front of the podium here to celebrate the last ever winner at Formula Drift Irwindale. Now, who's it going to be? We will find out as we move on in to the Grade 8.
Drifting is the only motorsport in the world that is based on judging, so let's break down how that works. In head-to-head battles, the lead driver is supposed to run a specific judging line with as much angle as possible. The lead driver is setting the pace, but the chase driver is supposed to utilize the lead driver as a moving clipping point. Wherever the lead goes, the chase should go too. After 2 runs with each driver leading once, the driver that was the most consistent, most aggressive, and was able to show clear dominance over the other driver will win the matchup. For rules, criteria, and more information on Formula Drift, head to www.formulad.com.
Let's go behind the smoke and find out from the drivers themselves what a victory would mean to them at the closing of this iconic track.
For me personally, to get a win here, the last event at Irwindale Speedway, given all the success I've had here and how well we traditionally do here, I think would just be an amazing way to end what I would consider a mediocre season.
Break into top 3 would be a huge accomplishment for me, you know, and a breakthrough. So be a really big deal for me and the team. I'm really gonna try really hard to make that happen. I'm so close to doing it. So I just gotta hold it together and push just hard enough to make it happen.
I know that we're up against the best drivers in the world, but I think that pressure and I think that feeling of being pressured is a good thing because it brings out the best in me, and I really hope that's the case this time too.
It's the last ever Irwindale, probably ever, probably the most famous drift track in the world, and to even have the opportunity to drive here feels amazing. I'm buzzing, I'm really enjoying it, and let's hope we can finish the season strong.
Well, we've whittled it down to these great 8 gentlemen. Who's going to come out on top? First up, Justin Pawlak, Vaughn Gittin Jr., rivals, both of them piloting Ford Mustangs, but 2 different schools of thought.
Well, many back and forth battles between these 2 competitors over the years, and it's only fitting that they end up right here against each other at the final event in Irwindale.
Justin Pawlak initiates in that Roush Performance Falcon tire Ford Mustang. Vaughn Gittin Jr. in tow. Look at Pawlak throwing some more angle at it.
Great lead run by Justin Pawlak out front. Vaughn having to make some adjustments here, but really keeping the pressure on. As we go into the inner bank, you can see Vaughn on a little bit of a lower line and now makes an adjustment, but JTP killing it out front.
JTP backing it into that outer zone, and now Vaughn gets close. Ryan, let's look at this again, high in the sky.
Well, you can see the difference here. Justin Pawlak higher on the bank for a longer period of time. Lots of angle, did not miss any clips, so Vaughn has got to come back with a strong lead run of his own.
And Justin Pawlak's got to chase. I mean, Vaughn definitely had some moments of greatness. Here we go, Vaughn initiating into the bank. Justin Pawlak shimming his way in as Vaughn keeps it high, 82.7 miles per hour.
Well, it was a big mistake on the back right there by Justin Pawlak, and now you can see it manifesting in a lot of different ways here. He's throwing this runaway, and it all started at initiation. Meanwhile, Vaughn is not making many mistakes out front.
Vaughn keeps his cool, and it looks like, yeah, Ryan, let's take a look at this again. Right from the onset, and then now, big correction and mistake there. You can see him tapping the brakes. So unfortunately, I think it's over for Justin Pawlak. Let's go to the Universal Technical Institute judging results. Vaughn Gittin Jr. gets the win.
On my chase run, or my lead run, I knew that I just had to be as fast as possible. He's been pretty quick, but I knew that RTR is on rails, and those no tires was gonna hook me up and run me all the way through the bank, and I knew I was gonna pull a gap. And I just did what I had to do, ran a good line, moving on, baby.
Formula Drift on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Black Magic. Own your shine. By Blackview Dash Cameras. And by Hankook Tire. Driving emotion.
We've crowned a champion for the 14th season, but we have not crowned an overall victor here at Irwindale, California. The waves are ablazing as the ocean's not too far, but making waves of our own. Yoshihara, Alex Heilbrunn. Dye is on a tear, qualified fourth, but Heilbrunn took down three-time and defending champion Chris the Force Forsberg. Heilbrunn's gonna need to apply the pressure here to Dye.
Well, here we go. Lights go out. Daijiro Yoshihara out of the chicane. Alex Heilbrunn already keeping the pressure on. A little bit of mistake there by Alex, going down a little bit lower line, and Daijiro Yoshihara nice and consistent on the bank.
Dai Yoshihara, as I said, a lot of eyeballs were on him throughout practice, and now when it comes to pushing, Alex Heilbrunn goes almost into the wall, but Dai Yoshihara is composed.
Good save there by Heilbrunn, now closing the door on gap, but that mistake will cost him, as we see here coming off the bank. Looks like he just gets lost in the smoke, pushes a little bit too hard. He is able to save the vehicle and stay in the competition, but now we're going to switch things up as Alex goes the lead, Daijiro Yoshihara to the chase position.
That could have been absolutely devastating for Heilbrunn and would have ended his evening, but now Heilbrunn out front. The car comes out unscathed. Medium to high line here from Heilbrunn. Dai Yoshihara, a bit of safe distance between him and Heilbrunn. Oh, and look at that Dai, massive angle, taking out that front clip.
Big angle by Dai, and like you said, keeping a little bit of a distance there. This has got to be the spotters at work, letting them know what the strategy should be. Keep the pressure on, but don't go too crazy, and hopefully it'll pay off.
So as we take a look from the bird's eye view, rocking and rolling, who's going to be center stage? Heilbrunn or Yoshihara? And Yoshihara 2-1 gets the win.
So when I led, I tried to do my qualifying run as usual. I had a little wavery on the bank, so it wasn't as good as I could do, but still decent lead run. I don't know how it was him, but I could see he was pretty close. And when I follow, actually I made a little misshift. So when I getting into a big bank, I made a little gap. So proximity-wise wasn't great, but I still kept decent proximity. And also, I think I copied his line, his angle. So I know it was close. I thought it could be one more time, but I got moved on.
Here we go to our next battle. Peter Wiecek qualifying second, going against Frederick Aasbo, who finishes second overall just after the Wordhouse Drift Team teammate of Peter Wiecek. That's James Deane. So here we go. Wiecek out front, Aasbo in the chase position.
Tough battle here for both competitors. Wiecek on a tear, Aasbo second place in the championship. And look at this, Peter once again super high on the bank at 82.4 miles per hour.
Just unbelievable. Oh, look at that Aasbo. You said the mistakes come few, but there is one. So Aasbo makes a mistake, but Peter Wiecek is just unstoppable this weekend.
Well, the Papadakis Racing team has done a phenomenal job with that vehicle, and he's able to close the gap after he makes that mistake with too much angle there. But Peter Wiecek did not make any mistakes out front, and that is the best strategy for a lead driver.
Aasbo will now have the clean air. Wiecek will chase him down. How is Aasbo going to throw down in this hot hatchback? Into the bank, here we go.
Aasbo initiates right on the brakes. You can see Wiecek already super close to him. Great job by Peter. High risk maneuver at a very important part of the track. So far, so good for Wiecek.
Wiecek is just calm as a cucumber, but Aasbo throwing down a solid lead run. That's exactly what he needs to do. But Peter Wiecek is just front row and center on his door.
Well, no question here. That was clearly the better of the two chase runs between Aasbo and Wiecek. And Wiecek, again, had a solid lead. He should be getting the victory against Aasbo.
Let's go to the Universal Technical to judging results. Peter Wiecek gets the win.
It simply happens. It was my best tandem lead run and then chase run for the whole weekend. So it was great. I'm very happy. I'm speechless simply. It looks like that I can be on the podium. So no, I cannot believe in it. What just happened. So it was more than amazing. Dream come true, I think. And I'm first time in top 4.
The Wordhouse Drift team already has one vehicle in the Final Four. Will the champion, James Deane, newly crowned, advance on? He's got to get through Odi Bakchis. James Deane, a qualified 3rd, will lead. Odi Bakchis, qualified 11th.
Deane quickly out of the chicane. Odi Bakchis chasing him down here. Snappy initiation by Deane. Both drivers nice and high in the bank. Look at Odi closing the door on James Deane, your champion. Oh, and then he goes down a little bit too low.
James Deane high on the bank, past that first front clip. Here comes Deane. Oh, and Odi comes in hot. Bing, bong, look at that.
Well, this is one of the first times we've seen an incident with James Deane that resulted in the battle coming to an end here. Odi comes in too hot on the lower bank, makes contact with Deane. Deane loses angle, and both drivers go into the wall. And it will be on Odi Bakchis for the fault.
So now the thrashing begins, Ryan.
Well, with Odi at fault, James Deane does have a maximum of 15 minutes, and that 15 minutes is wearing down. We're seeing right here that he is not going to make it, which means he will get the win, but he cannot move on into competition.
And with this win, he does lock in 3rd place due to his qualifying position.
I knew the battle with Odi was going to be a good one, and in my lead run I just gave it everything, threw it right up in the wall in the first corner. Was really happy at my lead line. It was going all according to plan. Just as we transitioned back, I was back on the power and I got a really hard hit in the back and it just sent the car the other direction into the wall and unfortunately caused a lot of damage. But that's drifting, you know. I respect Odi for giving it everything and you know, it's one of the things about the sport when you're pushing 110%, things go wrong. But I would have preferred to have a better battle and fight it out with him, but could be worse. We won the championship. Peter is in the, I believe, already in the final, so I'm just delighted for the whole Wordhouse drifting. It's been a great day.
Formula Drift on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Nexen Tire. Driving tomorrow. By Achilles Radial. Tires you can trust. By Falcon Tires. And by Universal Technical Institute, chosen by industry, ready to work.
Welcome back, and the Final Four is upon us. People eagerly awaiting to find out who will be the overall winner at the swan song of this track. 2 Formula Drift veterans. You got to think, how many times have these guys turned and burned here at Irwindale Speedway? Dai Yoshihara, Vaughn Gittin Jr., 14-year veterans. Formula Drift has been around for 14 years. Dai out front, Vaughn Gittin Jr. in the chase position.
Storied history between these guys going back to 2010 and 2011 for the championship. Now doing battle the final event at Irwindale. Daijiro Yoshihara out to a great start at 82.7 miles per hour.
High on the bank is Dai Yoshihara, Vaughn Gittin Jr. Let's see if he can reel him in the second outer bank, and he does just that. Dai Yoshihara working it out, lighting up those Falcon tires.
You can see the difference here is that Daijiro Yoshihara is going deeper into those zones and much more consistent in his lead run here. So Vaughn Gittin Jr. will have to make sure that he matches the lead run of Daijiro Yoshihara if he wants to have a chance.
Yeah, it looks like Vaughn gets close towards the latter portion of the track. Now, Dai Yoshihara will be seeing some Nitto tire debris thrown in his face. Let's see how these two gentlemen throw down. Vaughn Gittin Jr. into the bank, quickly gets to the top of the bank.
Good start here by Vaughn. Like to see him a little bit higher on the bank. Again, we're comparing lead to lead, chase to chase, and the best overall, but Dai goes wide there. Big mistake by Dai, leaving the door open for Vaughn Gittin Jr.
Dai Yoshihara now gaining some ground, but Vaughn Gittin Jr. keeps his cool as Dai takes out that final clip, and Vaughn dragging bumper across the finish line.
Well, both drivers making some mistakes here. Is that a neutralizer, and will we see a one more time?
Let's go to Universal Technical. It's to judging results. And there you go, Ryan. Telling the future they are going one more time. So Dye, once again, will be out front. Vaughn Gittin Jr. in the chase position. Here we go.
Well, they've seen battle with each other once. Let's see if anybody learned from their mistakes on this second run around. Dye nice and high on the bank. Vaughn much closer this time around. Great competitive start overall.
The way Dye's been driving is, oh, and look at that. Vaughn gets out of shape, goes off course. Oh, and into the wall hard goes Vaughn.
Big hit there by Vaughn Gittin Jr. You already thinking in your mind, can he repair that vehicle? But that was a very hard hit, and it will give Daijiro Yoshihara a clear advantage.
You see Vaughn coming off the bank, gets out of shape, and then boom, gets a lot out of shape into the wall. Boom goes the dynamite, but Vaughn gets it back, up and running. He will lead, but how damaged is the vehicle? Is it up and running properly?
Well, it will be essentially a 0 for Vaughn Gittin Jr., so Dye just needs to play it conservative, but look at him, he's pushing the pace here against Vaughn Gittin Jr. on the bank.
Dai Yoshihara throwing caution to the wind, better yet a BRZ in the side of a Mustang, and Vaughn Gittin Jr. looks like that accident didn't even happen. As you said, Ryan, an incomplete run on that first battle, past that final front clip. Do we have a victor?
Well, this is a great lead run by Vaughn Gittin Jr., really pushing hard, and you have to wonder what would happen if he didn't make that mistake in the chase position.
Let's go to the judges, and Dai Yoshihara unanimously gets the win.
I just had a great battle with Vaughn at top 4. It's been a while, since I battled with him last time, and then last couple times he got it, and we were OGs, right? So we battled so many times. Back in the days, we battled, for the championships and stuff. So this time, especially this is last Irwindale, I really want to take it. And of course, having a battle with him is always tough. We got one more time, but in the end, I got it.
So the other side of the Final Four bracket has Peter Wiecek initially to go against his Wordhouse Drift teammate of James Deane, but James Deane, as I said, not able to compete. He did advance, but not able to go against his Wordhouse Drift team teammate. So Peter Wiecek gets the automatic victory to the finals. The stage is set, the finals are here. Fuel in the tank and a fresh set of Falcon tires. It's the OG, Dai Yoshihara versus the rookie, Peter Wiecek, when we return.
Formula Drift on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Black Magic. Own your shine. By Nas, with Complex 6 for high performance energy. By Nitto Tire, fueled by enthusiasts. And by Blackview Dash Cameras.
This is it. The finals are upon us. Peter Wiecek, a Formula Drift rookie who competes alongside the now champion James Deane. Can he get his first ever win at this iconic track? He's going to have to make his way through a Formula Drift veteran of Dai Yoshihara.
Well, quite the juxtaposition here as we come to the end at Irwindale Speedway. Peter Wiecek having a challenging year and now finally finding himself on a guaranteed podium. Will it be first or second place against Daijiro Yoshihara?
Peter Wiecek throwing it down. Look at the smoke coming off, but amazing angle from Peter Wiecek. The car is just so tight and right.
Nice job right there by Peter once again, setting the standard with a great lead run, but here comes Dai closing the door through that last outer zone and through the final inside clip.
Dai Yoshihara, a lot of confidence from him in that chase position. He's seen Peter Wiecek. His spotter's been paying attention. He knows he's going to throw down in front of him, and he needs to stick it to the door. He does that, but now can Peter Wiecek do it even better?
Yoshihara through the chicane, and Wiecek getting ready to chase him down as both drivers approach the final battle here. Daijiro Yoshihara initiates in the bank, nice and high there, and Wiecek already closing the door as Dai comes off the bank through that first inside clip.
Into that first front clip goes down. Oh, look at Peter Wiecek. Taps it with his front bumper. Here comes Dai Yoshihara into that second outer bank. Look at Peter Wiecek all over Dai Yoshihara. Ryan, do we have a victor? I know we saw two amazing runs.
Well, you can see there both drivers pushing incredibly hard, and the difference might have been the inner bank. Wiecek closes the door a bit more than Daijiro Yoshihara. Dai had a great lead run, but now it's time to see what the judges think.
And there it is. Peter Wiecek gets the victory here in Irwindale.
And with that, Peter Wiecek is your winner. Daijiro Yoshihara in second, and James Deane is third.
Well, here you are with the biggest trophy and the biggest man of the Formula Drift grid, 2017 Formula Drift champion James Deane. A culmination of a season comes together here at iconic track, the House of Drift.
This has been an event I'll never ever forget. turning 26 today, my birthday, getting on the podium, my teammate Peter Wiecek winning the event outright, and look at all these crazy Irish people who've just been insane all weekend. Best event of my life, and man, what a way to finish it. Crazy 27 Formula Drift season.
Who do you have to thank? I mean, real quick. I mean, you see sponsors on there. It's about the people, but I mean, let's go big. Who do you want to thank?
Really quick, it starts from, you know, the people that are most important. My family, my friends, like they believed in me since the start. Then Warthouse Drift team were also my friends. Like they gave me this huge opportunity. Then returning back to Formula Drift, Falcon Tire back on board, and I'm lost for words. It's been just amazing.
I get it. Well, a man of few words, but a man of many talents. Ryan Sage is with the winner of the House of Drift now.
All right, well, thank you, Jared. I am here with your winner, Peter Wiecek. Now, Peter, a phenomenal bunch of driving tonight by your teammate, James Deane. But you absolutely killed it. You made it to the finals. You got your first ever win. You're the Rookie of the Year. Just take us through your weekend.
That was such an amazing one. It was unbelievable. From the first day, after a few runs, I started to feel like, okay, it might happen to be good, but then qualification, second position, and then somehow it clicks, you know, and during the competition I managed to repeatedly make good runs, and I really cannot believe what's going on. It's my first ever FD trophy, and it's a first place in my first year. No, it's a dream. It's a dream, but I want to live this dream.
You're a real inspiration to us, coming over here with your team, putting on a tremendous show. Your winner, Peter Wiecek, here at Irwindale to close it out, the final event ever. For everybody at Formula Drift and Jared Deane, I am Ryan Sage. We'll see you next year in 2018.
And here's how the Black Magic Championship Cup standings ended. James Deane out front, Frederick Aasbo in second overall, and Odi Bakchis rounds out third. In the Auto Manufacturers Championship, Toyota finishes on top with Ford in second and BMW in third. In the Tire Manufacturers Championship, Falcon Tire comes out on top, Nexen Tires in second, and Achilles Tires in third. With the culmination of a season, we crown a new Formula Drift champion and the closing of an iconic track. We look forward to seeing you at the beginning of the 2018 championship in Long Beach, California. We'll see you then. In association with Formula Drift, this has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.